Hello everyone! Welcome to this reaction video! Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Dragon the Willem Fuzzbottom Jr. and I am a raccoon dragon, as far as you know. And because I am this completely believable creature, I will not be making an actual on-camera appearance for this reaction video. Because if I did, the media would be all over me, cause like, oh my goodness, an actual raccoon dragon thing. So yeah, I kind of want to avoid that. Anyway, this is a reaction video for the Nintendo Direct, which took place yesterday, April 12th. The Direct was going to be focused primarily on Splatoon 2 and ARMS. Now, originally I wasn't planning on reacting to this Direct because neither of those games I'm terribly interested in, which I'll go over right now, in fact. In the case of ARMS, I reacted to it during Nintendo's Switch presentation back in January, and they had that game showing off right after, what was it, 1-2 Swish, and it's like two gimmicky waggle control games shown off at the same time in your presentation. No, don't do that, Nintendo. Show us the actual legit games. And so, yeah, wasn't really interested in it. It was a bad first impression for their presentation, I'll tell you that. In regards to Splatoon 2, yeah, I actually enjoyed Splatoon 1, but Splatoon 1 came during a game drought. That's not going to be the case with Splatoon 2. I mean, yeah, in regards to first-party games, it's going to be coming in between, far in between a couple of Nintendo games. But there's other games that I want. By the time I get my Switch, there'll be like several of them, which I've already mentioned in a previous video. One of those games is Snake Pass, which, as it turns out, my computer is not capable of running. So definitely gonna want the Switch version of that. So with all those other games taking my attention this summer, Splatoon 2 probably is not going to be a high priority for me. So that is why I wasn't going to record a reaction video for this. But I was told that there's a bunch of other games that they show off, and so I should totally do a reaction video anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do a reaction video. Let's turn the annotations off. I thought I already had them turned off. Alright, well, with that said, I'm going to be doing this reaction video a little bit differently than I would normally. Normally I would react while the video was still playing, but in this case I think it would be better off if I pause the video from time to time. I'll try not to do it too frequently, just when I have more to say other than, oh, that sounds interesting, and that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and get this started. This Direct is rated everyone to mature 17+. Should probably assume that this video is rated 17+ then.
Hi everyone, welcome to Nintendo Direct. I'm
Thanks.
Koizumi from Nintendo, and I'll be your guide.
Okay, cool. Well, here's something that I want to comment on right off the bat. I'm glad that Nintendo has a new face. They are using different people. They did the same thing in the Switch presentation in January. Instead of using the same old faces that they've always been using, like Shigeru Miyamoto. So, this is like a new Nintendo. I'm kind of excited for it.
Nintendo Direct will continue to deliver information on a variety of products, including Nintendo Switch.
Glad Directs are back, by the way.
Dive into ARMS and Splatoon 2. But first, let's start with Nintendo 3DS.
3DS? I don't have a 3DS. Oh, that's a lot of stuff.
Some headlines. One fateful trip through the stars. Captain Olimar lost control of the SS Dolphin 2 and crash-landed on a new planet inhabited by Pikmin. And his first 2D platformer will give you a new perspective on his adorably fierce partners. He'll explore the planet secret by secret to find thousands of sparkling seeds and treasure to refuel his ship. Use the touchscreen to throw Pikmin into action.
I definitely have some things to say about this game.
Will our half-pint hero find a way to save himself? There's only one way to find out. The Hey Pikmin game rockets onto
Hey
the Nintendo
Pikmin.
family of systems July 28th. That same day, the new Pikmin amiibo figure crops up.
Alright, so there's amiibo.
Run up to launch,
Cool.
we'll reveal more about
Gotta have that amiibo.
and what's in store for Olimar and his Pikmin.
Okay, so this is actually going to be an easy thing for me, kind of think of it, because if they're going into these games real quickly, that means I can just pause after each one. So, in regards to Hey Pikmin, there was a lot of hate on the game when it was announced, and I kind of understand it. People are kind of tired of Nintendo taking their big franchises and making spin-offs, even though they've been doing that for years. Primarily, the problem stems from Metroid Prime Federation Force, which is not quite a Metroid Prime game. And the last time there was a good Metroid game was with Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii. So I can kind of understand when people got a little upset that instead of Pikmin 4, we're getting that. However, Nintendo's been treating Pikmin better than they've been treating Metroid. We had Pikmin 3 on the Wii U. So it hasn't been that long since we had a real Pikmin game. So just wait, Pikmin 4 is bound to happen, and in the meantime, this will be there to whet our appetites. I will say, even though I don't have a 3DS, that sort of game that they just showed off definitely interests me. I'm not sure if I would get it if I suddenly got a 3DS, because, you know, Nintendo Switch is out now, and I'd want to get a bunch of Switch games. If I had a 3DS, and I've already owned one for a long time, though, that would definitely be a game that I would want to pick up. Probably. That looks like a Pokemon.
Producer and director of Ever Oasis from Grezzo.
It should be a Pokemon.
You are the defender of the world's last oasis, and you must work together with the water spirit Esna to help it grow and thrive. Esna is an important partner who will nourish the oasis with water and support your adventures. As you overcome the many challenges that face the oasis, I hope you'll recognize the bond that links your heart and life with those of Esna.
Okay, I'm gonna say right now, this is not a game that really interested me too much. They showed it off at E3, and it's like, from the makers of Secret of Mana? Cool, I guess? But it was like some sort of build a town while going out on an adventure sort of game, which doesn't entirely interest me. If it was anything like, Soul Blazer on Super Nintendo, that was definitely a game that I really enjoyed. As I went out in the world and as I saved different characters, more of the town would open up. They also did sort of the same thing in Dark Cloud 1 and 2, neither of which I played. So if it was anything like Soul Blazer, I'd be interested in, but they haven't really told me enough to catch my interest.
The story has been designed to illustrate.
I'm not interested in a story. Tell me about the gameplay. Get me interested in playing this. You're not telling me how it plays.
Released on June 23rd. We're excited to show you more about the bittersweet world of Ever Oasis, so be on the lookout for more information in the near future.
I don't know why I really complain about the game, though, because, well, first off, I don't have a 3DS. In fact, that's primarily the reason. I shouldn't really complain too much if a game doesn't interest me. But, you know, this is a reaction video. I gotta react. Monster Hunter Stories. Stories?
Prepare to embark on an RPG adventure unlike anything the Monster Hunter series has ever known.
Okay, judging by that character, it sure was.
In Monster Hunter Stories, become a rider and bond with monsters to raise their potential.
Okay.
Unleash powerful combos.
Okay, this looks cool. I would play this.
Swim and crash into new areas of the map. Discover eggs to collect and hatch. And participate in turn-based battles with a party of multiple monsters.
Wait. So it's Monster Hunter meets Pokemon. Okay, this goes back to what I was saying earlier about Metroid Prime Federation Force and Hey Pikmin. I bet you there's going to be a lot of people who are raging at this game. I have not seen any of these videos, by the way, so I don't know how people are reacting to them, but I bet you people do not like this game. To me, it looks interesting. Regular Monster Hunter has not been a game series that I've paid much attention to. Other than that, I know that the main series is exclusive to Nintendo stuff, so that's pretty cool. Go Nintendo! Get those big third-party games. But, maybe should have waited a little longer before making this game. Maybe after getting Monster Hunter 5 or 6 or whatever on the Nintendo Switch you could have done something like this. It's all about the timing.
Monster Hunter Stories launches on Nintendo 3DS this fall.
I do like the idea of riding on dragons, though. If I had a 3DS, this would definitely be a game that would catch my attention and maybe get.
When something strange happens, we all know why.
Speaking of Pokemon,
If you missed it the first time or want to fall in love with it again, the definitive version of the sequel is here. Yokai Watch 2 Psychic Specters. You don't need to be a mind reader to know that the new exclusive quests will be wild. From the ability to befriend wicked yokai, to the origin of Dark Neon. You'll even hop a ride on the Hexpress to a new resort area.
yay trains!
The fan-favorite multiplayer action mode has been expanded into Psychic Yokai Watch Blasters, which lets you team up with friends to battle new challenging bosses.
Oh,
Once again, the time has
so
come to get
along with
inspired by the world
along with turn-based stuff, there's also action RPG stuff against bosses, I guess.
of Yokai in fall of 2017.
But seriously, Yokai Watch is a Pokemon clone. There is no arguing against that. It's a Pokemon clone that is actually doing well, but it's still a Pokemon clone.
NIS America is bringing some of their best to the West. The Culdcept series is celebrating its 20th anniversary.
Never heard of it.
What better way than with the release of Culdcept Revolt on Nintendo 3DS? Hundreds of cards means endless strategy, and the newest entry of this popular card meets board game mashup. It's releasing August 29th in both standard and limited edition. Nearly an
Oh, that was short. So, card game, board game? I've never really played very many card game RPGs. I know there's like several of them. Like there was a Kingdom Hearts game on the Game Boy Advance, and there was also Baton Kaitos on Nintendo GameCube. But I've never really played games like those. I heard it's kind of annoying though because your actions in battle are really determined by what happens to be in your hand. As much as Paper Mario Color Splash doesn't interest me, and as cumbersome as it is scrolling through all those cards, at least you have plenty of cards. Oh, hey! RPG Maker! It's RPG Maker! This is my thing! Let's play RPG Maker games!
amount of tales are waiting to be told in RPG Maker Fes. This RPG creation tool will allow you to share your stories online with other players when it launches on Nintendo 3DS. Downloadable content will include crossover character skins from Disgaea, Disgaea 5, and more, so you can share the greatness of Pretty with your friends. A free download.
So you could actually make Disgaea fan games? I've never played Disgaea, by the way, but I'm very much familiar with the series, or very much aware, I should say.
Called Maker Player will also be available in Nintendo eShop. It lets anyone play the RPGs you make with RPG Maker Fes.
Okay, cool. So you don't have to get RPG Maker Fes in order to play somebody's game.
They own the full game or not. You can wield the full power of this incredible tool by purchasing the standard or limited edition when they launch in the US June.
Okay, first off, limited edition. There has never been a limited edition RPG Maker. Second, it's cool that we're actually getting a handheld RPG Maker. There have been several of them released exclusively to Japan, and this is the first time that one has actually come stateside. that is promising, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe we could have an RPG Maker on Nintendo Switch. Would be nice if they got away from the VX graphics, though. Let's see here. When it comes to the art style of RPG Maker games, we got RPG Maker 1 on PlayStation 1, we got RPG Maker 2 on PlayStation 2, we got RPG Maker 3 on PlayStation 2. Those are very different RPG Makers. And let's see, there's also RPG Maker 2000 and 2003, which have a similar art style but different battle systems. RPG Maker XP has its own look. And then we get to RPG Maker VX, VX Ace, MV, RPG Maker Fes apparently, and also a few handheld RPG Makers in Japan. They all use the same graphical style, and it's kind of tiresome because they don't feel new. I mean, at least with this, it feels new because we've never gotten a handheld RPG Maker, but it still looks like the RPG Makers that we've been getting since... Well, when did VX come out? 2008, somewhere around there? Yeah, give us a new art style, Enterbrain.
27. You've never played an RPG quite like this before. In Miitopia, the Dark Lord has stolen the townspeople's faces. And only you can restore
Dark Lord Bill! Hi! Okay, we're making an RPG out of
them.
Mies?
Cast new characters of your friends and your favorite people in roles across the kingdom by customizing their personalities, phrases, and jobs. As you journey across the land, your allies will bond, or even fight, so manage their room assignments and watch the hilarity unfold. Together you'll battle enemies, hunt treasure, and open up new areas of the map. The turn-based battles are straight out of a JRPG, except with a twist. Your allies have a mind of their own. The relationships you build affect their performance in battle. As their
not a fan of that. Just saying, I like having control over my characters in an RPG. It's one of the reasons why I wasn't interested in Final Fantasy 13. Yeah, 13. I heard you only get to control the one character. Or maybe it's like one character at a time. Final Fantasy 12, you only control one character at a time, and you could switch which character you control, so I didn't mind it so much there. By the way, really hoping that you can switch between characters in Final Fantasy VII Remake. But yeah, when it comes to RPGs, I prefer to have full control, or at least close to full control, and that doesn't sound appealing to me right here. I mean, the game sounds interesting. Mii RPG, cool. Sounds like it would be a hilarious game to play, although I don't necessarily know that I would have very many people I know using Miis, aside from maybe my family, but they haven't created any Miis since on the Wii.
bonds deepen, you'll learn new abilities. And with a high friendship status, they may even team up for attacks. Defeat an enemy and you'll earn XP, which can be used to unlock more abilities. Imagine casting one of your best friends as a gritty warrior, or seeing your boss as a pop star. In Miitopia, you'll have that power. And
I will say, even despite the lack of control of your characters, it still sounds like there's still enough here that I would want to try it out. You know, I really do wish that I had a 3DS. Did I mention my stance on one console yet in this? If not, I'll just say it now. I only get one console each generation, and so it was a choice between Wii U and 3DS, and I went with the Wii U. Now, some of you might think that I chose poorly. However, Super Mario 3D World is my favorite Mario game of all time, so it wound up being a win for me. That said, I am so glad that they are merging their platforms for this generation. Nintendo Switch is both console and handheld. It's actually interesting that they're still supporting a 3DS, but Of course they would. The 3DS is still going on strong. They're not just going to suddenly drop it. That'd be... They need to make money. I mean, yeah, they dropped the Wii U in a hurry, but that's because the Wii U was already dead. I'm sure if the Wii U was still going strong, the Nintendo Switch wouldn't completely replace it either. In fact, if the Wii U was going strong, they probably wouldn't have been so in a rush to get a Nintendo Switch. Or, who knows, maybe it wouldn't have been a Switch. Maybe there'd still be that divide. I don't like that divide. I want one console, Nintendo, and you've given it to me. Eventually. Soon as 3DS officially dies. I'm so looking forward to one day getting a Pokemon adventure on a console.
And many, many more, when the game launches later this year.
Fire Emblem, don't care.
Valentia will take the series back to its roots, but one modern enhancement will expand your adventure. Downloadable content. Some of it will be free.
Yeah, this doesn't affect me. I don't have any Fire Emblem's game except for one on the GameCube that I've only played part of the tutorial. I am not very experienced with tactical RPGs.
This content can be purchased individually.
Currently, I am let's playing a tactical RPG, Shining Force.
Keep your eyes on the horizon for full details,
It's going
including release time.
okay.
This year marks Kirby's 25th anniversary. In celebration, we've prepared a few fun little surprises. First, the Team Kirby Clash Deluxe game is headed to Nintendo eShop on Nintendo 3DS. In this co-op action game, Kirby, and Kirby must unite to do battle with giant enemies.
What about
Just
Kirby?
complete quests in town and form a team from 4 roles: Sword Hero, Hammer Lord, Beam Mage,
Only
or
4?
Dr. Humor. Go it alone or together with friends. There are tons of quests, plus a brand new challenge system. Team Kirby Clash Deluxe is a free to start game, and you can get started right away when it launches today.
Wait. Okay, first off, available today. I have never heard of this game before today. Did they even announce it before? It's usually not a good idea to release a game on the same day that you announce it. Second, so it's basically Arena, the game. They're taking the Arena mode in various Kirby games and turning it into a multiplayer game. And if you're going to have character classes, you need to have more than 4. 4 is not enough. You got to have actual choice. I mean, 4 players, well, there's your 4 classes. They're not going to have much choice if you're playing on 4 players.
Next, Kirby's Blowout Blast is also headed to Nintendo 3DS systems.
Oh, look,
That means Kirby is about
a
to
Kirby
fight his
gimmick
way
game.
through a series of challenging 3D worlds. As you fight through 25 plus stages,
Wait.
the more enemies you inhale, the more firepower you wield. The stages are bigger than in Kirby 3D Rumble. and the
Kirby
challenge
3D?
wipe out entire troops of enemies all at once.
Okay, I just heard Kirby 3D Rumble. I have never heard of that game before. What is Kirby 3D Rumble? I'll look it up later. But seriously, Kirby 3D. It's not the first time that Kirby has left side-scrolling, because there was like Kirby Tilt and Tumble on the Game Boy Color. And obviously this is a spin-off game because they're not showing off anything to do with Kirby powers. But still, a 3D Kirby game. I would be down for that. Kirby is like due for a 3D adventure.
And go for a bronze, silver, or gold star when the game becomes available for purchase this summer, exclusively in Nintendo eShop. And last but not least, a new multiplayer action game is in development for Nintendo 3DS systems. This title will be available in stores and on Nintendo eShop this holiday. So you can
Okay, so they're supporting 3DS all the way to the holiday. Well, the original Nintendo lasted a while, I'll tell you that. Super Nintendo released in 1990 in Japan and 91 in the rest of the world, I want to say. And yet, they were still supporting the NES all the way to 1994. In fact, one of the last games released for the system was Kirby's Adventure, and that was like right there in 93 or 94. I wonder how long the 3DS is going to last. It's definitely got another year in it. new multiplayer action game, so something like Planet Robobot or Triple Star Deluxe, then I guess.
Hey, that 2017 is Kirby's big year.
I'm assuming, because those are multiplayer games, I think. Wait, were the 3DS Kirby adventures multiplayer, or were they solo adventures? I don't know.
In an odd twist of fate, a box is the last defense against annihilation. Luckily,
I know this
no
game.
ordinary box. Adorable phenomena known as Q-Babies lend him 4 new powers in the final game of the BOXBOY trilogy. Create boxes to climb, hover, warp, and bomb your way to salvation. Do whatever it takes to solve more than 100 puzzles across 18 plus deadly worlds.
Okay, 18 plus deadly worlds. Okay, this is a game that kind of interests me. If it wasn't on the 3DS, if it was on the Nintendo Switch, it would definitely be a game that I would consider.
And destroy the black smoke once and for all. Survive new hazards, beat new challenges, use new powers like the box rocket, and dress for success with amiibo costumes.
Gotta have that amiibo support.
Have save data of the first
You know, they need to come up with better stuff for amiibo support than costumes. Overall, I don't think Nintendo's done a good job with amiibo support in general. I think the game that got the most use of it was Smash Brothers. Other than that, amiibo's generally been used to unlock costumes and also used to access DLC. Which, the DLC stuff I didn't mind too much, but at the same time, you would just tap the amiibo on your thing to unlock the DLC, and then you're done using that amiibo. Smash Brothers, I think, is the only game where you constantly use the amiibo. Oh, and Breath of the Wild, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, Breath of the Wild also makes good use, because you can just tap the amiibo on there, and you get treasure. Yay, treasure! Also Epona. That was hilarious when Game Explain showed off the amiibo support, and all of a sudden, horse!
2 games. You can play this one with
Overall, though,
or
could be better.
monochromatic filter on. Try a demo for all 3 games today. And check out boxboy.nintendo.com for more info. Or better yet, just purchase and download the latest installment in the series. Created by HAL Laboratory, the developers behind the Kirby series.
Yeah, better yet, instead of trying to download, go ahead and pay for it.
Bye Bye BOXBOY launches today on Nintendo eShop for Nintendo 3DS.
Okay, again, is this the same BOXBOY that they showed off a while back, or is this a new entry? And if it's a new entry, why are they announcing it on the same day they're releasing it? Or vice versa.
3 new amiibo figures of Link from past entries of the Legend of Zelda series will journey onto store shelves June 23rd. Plus, amiibo figures for Cloud, Corrin, and Bayonetta will roll into stores on July 21st.
Took long
Each one
enough.
will be available in 2 versions, but some will only be available at select retailers.
Why July? Why July? Are they going to announce Smash and it's going to release, or Smash on Switch and it's going to release it in July? Because that is quite a wait you got there, considering they've had these characters in Smash for a while, and people have kind of waited. Okay, I want to point this out. Look at Cloud versus Cloud. Final Fantasy VII Cloud versus milking Final Fantasy VII Cloud. Look how droopy he is compared to the regular Cloud. He's so droopy and emo. Even though at the end of Final Fantasy VII, he became less emo. And he wasn't that emo to begin with. He was a strong character, and look at him like there.
Alright, next up, let's reach a little deeper into our next title, ARMS.
Oh.
Please take a look.
Do I wanna...
Hi there, ladies and gents.
Hi?
I'm Biff, your trusty ARMS commentator.
Are you part of ARMS, or are you just for this video?
I'm usually pretty quiet, but I'm always game to talk about the arms game. The one with the weaponized extendable arms. So let's get into it. Now stay tuned and always stay in arm's reach.
I'll try to pretend to be interested.
Yep, you guessed it. The biggest feature is the weaponry fighters attached to their fists, called arms. There are standard glove-type arms, multi-shot arms that really cause a ruckus, specialized curving arms for cornering opponents, and powerful heavyweight class arms, just to name a few.
Okay. Oh, whip type? Cool. I will say, when they first showed off arms, it looked like a very shallow gimmick game, but over the past few months, and they showed off more of the game, it does appear to be less shallow than I initially expected. I'm willing to admit that. There's different glove types to kind of mix things up, and I'm kind of reminded of like a behind the view Street Fighter / Punch-Out sort of game. I doubt this game will reach the popularity of Splatoon 2, or Splatoon 1 for that matter, especially Splatoon 1. I feel like they're trying to hit that same market, like catch lightning in a bottle with this game like they did with Splatoon. I don't see it becoming as popular, but at the very least, this is maybe fleshing out to be a decent fighter, a new take on the fighter genre.
Each arm has a special attribute that activates when charged up. Light up your opponent to knock him down with fire.
Okay, cool.
Stun and electrify your rival with lightning. Blow away the competition with a tornado of wind. And freeze your foe to
This just got a little bit more elaborate than simple glove types. Can you assign elements, or are the elements strictly assigned to each type of glove? Because then it becomes a little more shallow again.
slow him down with ice. You get the point. You want more, right? Perfectly normal. Try the get arms.
Blind? One of those was blind. How does blind work? Is it like the squid from Mario Kart?
Of the arms lead.
Oh, hold on. Let's back up. I was hoping not to do any backing up in this video, but I want to read these.
Blow away the competition with a tornado of wind. And
I went back a little too far. That's okay. I want to read these.
You get the point. You want more, right? Perfectly normal. Try the get arm service.
The Get Armed Service. Okay, tell me about that in a moment. Toaster. Packing a fiery punch with a good balance of offense and defense. So it's the generic glove, I guess.
Courtesy of the arms lead.
I'm trying to listen to him and read the stuff at the same time. I'd rather listen to him. Tri-bolt featuring wide attack range. Quick strike, slowing opponents down. Highly recommended if you have bad aim. That would be me.
The in-game currency you earn can
Ooh,
be used for a chance to
different
unlock new
mode.
arms. The more
In-game
you fight,
currency.
The more arms you have in your arsenal.
So, this game is a little deeper than I thought. So this is turning out to be an actual game and not just a gimmick game. Will I get it? Probably not. I would want to be able to play with multiple people, and I generally don't have that option. Well, there is online, but online people tend to be better than me.
There's a veritable treasure trove of arms on offer, and the fighters who use them are pretty tricky themselves. The comeback king of spring, the rocket girl who never flinches, the elusive ninja.
Okay, cool.
Mummy, and my idol.
So there's actual difference between the characters. Take a note, Mario Kart. This is how you do character selection.
Ribbon girl.
Hard eyes.
Their unique traits are as distinguished as the fighters themselves. Not to mention, each one can mix and match any two available arms. That's right, fighting fans. The game gets deeper and deeper as players discover new combinations of fighters and arms. Now, get a load of this. Today, I'll give you
Ooh.
a peek into how deep the
New
strategy
stage.
can get, and how much it depends on your own approach to arming and using a fighter in an actual match.
Okay, so that block stage, it looked like as they were fighting, blocks were disappearing. Do blocks also appear? And this looks interesting, a lot better than the generic wrestling arena that they usually show off. Okay, so different stages with different heights and obstacles. I like that.
Now, it's time to get amped up as I introduce to you a new contender, the Ramen Bomber, Min Min.
Okay, good. Needed more characters.
Min Min is one spicy
It's using-
noodle-wielding fighter.
Ramen?
When she dodges in the air, she can also kick down enemy attacks.
Cool. Hold on. Was that a dragon fist?
Think punches are the only attacks in arms, did you? That's one big misconception. Min Min is living proof of that. She can throw her opponent
That is-
and her left arm will transform into a dragon. This augmented arm can maintain a longer charge, so beat the sauce out of your rivals. Anyone getting hungry? I wish.
Dragons represent. Okay. Maybe I like how I started this video off saying ARMS looks like a gimmick title and I'm not interested. And now I'm actually starting to consider maybe getting it. I don't know. It depends on how enjoyable the single player experience might be.
My arms are made of noodles. Sorry, I lost myself there for a sec. Next up is the enthusiastic Spring Man.
He's not new.
After charging up, release to initiate a shockwave that can repel attacks with his overflowing energy and determination. His famous forte involves deflecting his opponent's punches, then delivering powerful counterattacks. When his health drops below 25%, his never-say-die attitude kicks in, and his punches will stay perma-charged. His slick-back spring
Okay.
hair isn't just for show. He actually gets stronger after bouncing back from a desperate situation.
Okay, the fact that he charges up... Hold on, let me readjust myself because I'm really close to hitting my mic stand. And that would cause a lot of noise. Anyway, I like that when he's low on health, his attacks charge up because I can see myself getting low on health a lot.
You know, I feel a fight coming. Guess I'll serve as your commentator.
Okay, hold on, let me adjust a little bit more. Alright, Alright, sorry about that. Okay, let's watch a fight.
Min Min has
New
a
arena.
fiery Ram on the right and a fiery dragon on the left. She must have a hot temper. Springman has a fiery Slapamander on the right and an icy Chilla on the left. Huh, not sure where he's going with that. Well, let's take up arms. Okay, here's Min Min. Right away, she's charging up, and there's her dragon arm.
Infinite time.
Dragon arm and that dragon arm really looks like a real dragon. The dragon roasts opponents with a high-powered laser. There's a bit of delay before it fires, but its power is exceptional. She's got Springman cornered with her combo attacks, and a left, and a right, and a... Wait! Springman's counterattack has kicked in after deflecting a shockwave. Her dragon arm has no choice but to return to old ramen noodles. Both fighters continue to pummel each other. Ouch! He lands a right while dodging the laser. Min Min won't last if this keeps up.
Go Min Min!
Carefully timing the gaps between punches is an important technique. Wow, she's dishing out quick hits like she's cutting noodles. You'll notice Min Min carefully arcing her punches with her Ram. She must be trying to rack up small hits over time.
Whatever works.
Boy, it's getting heated on the edge of the ramen bowl.
Oh, okay, it's literally a ramen bowl.
Again with the dragon arm. Her left arm is really charged up. Their assaults continue while they expertly dodge incoming attacks. And here comes the finisher. Wait, no! Instead, she avoids the counterattack with the guard. Talk about clarity under pressure. But just how much damage can her right arm take? Oh no!
Wait.
Her right arm is down.
What?
She's completely
Okay, so your arms actually have their own stamina? This game just gets deeper and deeper. Oh, I feel like that would suck, though. Like losing your wing in Star Fox.
to attack until she can. Yes, she manages to recover. Her kick is smacking down his arms, and now a simultaneous punch. Both fighters are desperately trying to recover their footing.
I'm assuming this is time up here.
Bam! He took that powered-up dragon, and it's not looking good. Springman's last hope is his special comeback. He'll never give up. Midman has to finish this match before it's too late. Can she seal the deal?
Hopefully. Yay!
She did, thanks to her dragon's laser. Midman steals the win.
Oh, and you get money for wins. Not very much money. Hopefully the upgrades and stuff don't cost a lot. I was kind of hoping somebody to use their special attack, though. I feel like maybe somebody started to, but it was blocked, but I don't know how special attacks work. Oh, look at them rising platforms.
From the fighters to their arms and abilities, there's an arsenal of techniques to unleash, and the rivalry is heating up. Now that is ARMS. And when I say rivalry, I'm not just talking about one-on-one matches. Sometimes you just gotta shake things up with some two action.
That's more like it.
We got a lot more.
It kind of deviates from the idea of this being like a behind-the-view Street Fighter type of game, but I am definitely up for that.
Up our long sleeves, so please stay tuned. Stretch the limits of your fighting skills when ARMS launches June 16th. Until
Yay!
next time,
Release date! Finally! No more generic spring. By guy who may or may not be in the game.
Alongside the launch of ARMS, we'll release a new color of Joy-Con and Joy-Con strap, neon yellow.
Cool.
And we're also releasing a Joy-Con attachment that extends the battery life.
Is that really necessary? Has anybody had a Joy-Con die yet? I think you need an extension for your actual console more than you need for the controllers.
It's nice to have when you want to play for a long time without charging. Next, we'll speed run through some more headlines for Nintendo.
Wait, what does that do for the comfort level of the Joy-Cons? Because I know comfort is kind of hit and miss with those.
No switch.
Switching to Switch, awesome. Oh, that's a lot.
Time to speed run through some headlines. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe marks the return of fan-favorite racers and double items, while introducing a huge battle mode featuring all new battle courses. Plus more characters, carts, and tracks unlocked from the start.
Link looks like he has a giant head there.
Plus more characters.
Look at the size of that head. Is it just his hat, or is it the way he's hunched over?
Carts, and tracks unlocked from the start than any Mario Kart game in series history. The online mode has a fun way of keeping things fresh. Choose race, and you'll join 11 other players and switch between random assortments of tracks. Choose battle, and you'll even switch between modes like good old balloon battle or renegade roundup. So be ready
That mode sounds neat.
for a more personal.
I forget who, but somebody went over what Renegade mode is. It seems like what you do in it is it's like Team A against Team B, and Team B is criminals, and Team A is trying to put them in jail, and when they lose, they're put inside a cell, but Team B can also release them from their cell. Sounds interesting. What I'm most interested in, though, is Bob-omb Battle. That was my favorite battle mode in Double Dash. It was so hectic, so I'm really glad to see that mode making its return.
Personalized experience. You can also play with friends in a friend room, where you pick the rules, the items, the CPUs, and more. You can even create or enter a full-fledged in-game tournament. Speaking.
But can you have strangers join you and your friends? Or are you just going to have to get lucky and hope that when you join strangers, your friend happens to be with them?
Nintendo will be hosting two of our own, one for racing.
More importantly, voice chat. We need to talk smack while we're racing.
And one for battle to celebrate the launch of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Stay tuned for more info because the race begins when the game launches April 28th.
That game is not a high priority for me. I probably will get it because I do know some of my friends already have a Wii or have a Switch, and we did have fun with Mario Kart 8 on the Wii. It's not my favorite Mario Kart though, because you only could carry one item at a time. You couldn't even drag an item behind you and then grab another like you could in most Mario Karts. You were stuck with that one item, and as a result, I was always afraid to use it because what if I need it for something important? The double item system, I'm glad they're bringing back from Double Dash because that means that things can get a little bit more hectic. I can just go ahead and toss a shell behind me and hope that it hits somebody random because that is fun. Now, if only they would bring back character-specific items. You had so much potential with that. You could have built on that, Nintendo, but you only used it in one game.
Street Fighter II, the final challengers, marks nearly 10 years since fans have seen a new iteration of the beloved classic. You can throw down as one of the original fighters.
That is because people got tired of constantly getting Street Fighter 2. It was like, wait, Street Fighter 3? It's actually new? It is weird that they're going back to Street Fighter 2 instead of, like, giving us Street Fighter 5. This is cool, though. More games should have the option of choosing new graphics or retro graphics. One of the games I'm really interested in getting for the Switch, Monster Boy the Dragon's Trap, or was it Wonder Boy? Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap. It's a remake of an older game, and you have the option between playing on new graphics or old graphics, and you can switch between the two on the fly. It's really neat. Also, they're about to talk about the two new characters in this game, who are basically just recolors of other characters. That is lame.
Two new playable characters, the first new additions in the classic roster in over 20 years. Evil Ryu has succumbed to the murderous Satsui no Hado, and M. Bison has brainwashed his friend, creating Violet Ken, bringing the roster to 19 fighters. See who reigns supreme in fierce local or online multiplayer competitions. For a change of pace, the all-new Way of the Hado mode lets you throw a Hadouken
This is cool.
from a first-person perspective. And two-player co-op battles give you and a friend one health bar for two-player versus CPU beatdowns. Want to take it easy? Activate
Okay.
special moves with one button in handheld mode using the light battle feature. No matter
What?
take the fight with you on Nintendo Switch. Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final
Now go over that again. I don't get it. What?
Want to take it easy? Activate special moves with one button in handheld mode using the
Oh,
feature. No
I like
matter what,
that.
Take the fight with you on Nintendo Switch. Ultra
Okay, when it comes to fighting games like Street Fighter, I don't play them very much. I'm not against them. I played a few of them. A couple of my favorites include... Oh, what was it? It was some game where you could transform into beasts. It was on, like, PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. That's unfortunate. Maybe some of you know what I was talking about. But it was a fun game, and also Soul Calibur 3 was fun. The thing is, I'm not good at those games. I basically just button mash my way through battles. I don't know combos. I just hope I get lucky and accidentally trigger a combo. Or special move, what have you.
Launches May 26th. Minecraft, one of the most popular games of all time, is coming to Nintendo Switch. It's a game about placing blocks and going on adventures. Explore randomly generated worlds and build amazing things from the simplest homes to the grandest of castles. Play in creative mode with unlimited resources, or mine deep into the world in survival mode, crafting weapons and armor to fend off dangerous mobs.
I played a little bit of Minecraft in the past.
Up to 8 crafters can play together online.
It was fun for a while.
Each other in local multiplayer on the TV.
I wouldn't mind playing it again, but
Split screen and the Nintendo Switch Pro
it would almost be like, what is the
Nintendo and
point?
Minecraft fans alike will also be happy to learn that the Super Mario Matchup Pack will be launching on the Nintendo Switch console.
Although that kind of interests me there a little.
From the Mario universe.
A little.
Minecraft Nintendo Switch Edition, including the Super Mario Mashup Pack, will launch on Nintendo eShop May 11th and in stores at a later date. Happy building.
Bloody Roar!
Neo
The fighting game that I was talking about is called Bloody Roar. That was kind of a fun game. Probably not the best fighting game out there, but I just love the idea where your characters could transform into these animal monsters. Obviously, that would appeal to me.
NEOGEO masterpieces make awesome additions to any arcade.
Oh, so much
Nintendo
news.
Switch is no different. In fact, Arcade Classic Samurai Showdown 4 will be available tomorrow.
Okay, the fact that they're releasing NEOGEO arcade games on the Switch is interesting, considering the Switch doesn't have a virtual console yet. Did I already do a video about there being no virtual console? I feel like I did, or I wanted to. Basically, the gist of it is, I don't care that they don't have virtual console on Switch yet. They have it on the Wii, Wii U, and 3DS, and if they started virtual console on Switch, we basically start with the same games that we started with on the Wii, Wii U, and 3DS, so who cares? There's nothing new gonna be at launch. Except for these games, apparently. Which is probably why they're not virtual console games. If they were virtual console games, probably wouldn't get them for a couple of years.
Look out for these other Golden Age greats coming soon. 99% of the world is dangling in the evil clutches of Eggman and his terrifying new power.
This better be good.
But never fear. Sonic is here to face the danger. Now fight back. Free the world from Eggman using the Blue Blur's stylish high-speed
They're
moves.
putting a lot of work into it. And Generations was good.
Version of Sonic, summoned to this world by Eggman.
This is basically Generations
Survive all
2.
the traps and return to his home world? A new ally will rise up as well.
Okay, who is this? This is like a new Sonic. They have said before that this is a new Sonic, but it's not Sonic Boom Sonic. I don't recognize this art style though. Is it from the comics? It's not from the cartoons. The cartoon Sonics look like the Sonics that we already have in the game. What Sonic is this? Oh my goodness, you're teasing me. By the way, when in regards to Sonic, I know some people don't like the hold up in order to progress through levels style of Sonic, but that's not much different than hold right to progress through levels Sonic, so whatever. I really want to do a Let's Play, by the way, of Sonic Unleashed. I've had the game for years. I have never opened the box because I was waiting to Let's Play it, but my schedule's been full. Someday.
Sonic Forces Races to the West, Holiday 2017. There's one more Sonic speeding this way. After more than 20 years, a new installment in the classic series' original style is almost here. In addition to brand new stages, some popular stages from past titles have been souped up.
And that's part of the problem with this game. There's too much old, not enough new. I mean, I was fine with there being a few classic stages included, but to my understanding, more than half of the game is classic stages. Hopefully they're remixed well enough so it doesn't feel like we're treading the same ground too badly. Along with that, I'm also hoping that Along with that, I'm really hoping that the level design is not too complicated. Because Sonic 3, I don't like. Because too complicated. I prefer Sonic 2. It's a little bit more straightforward.
Sonic Mania will dash onto Nintendo Switch this summer. Project Mekuru is one big battle of an action game in which players compete by flipping panels. There's only one rule you need to know. Stomp a panel and it'll change to your color. Fight to win by changing the most panels to your color and blow up your opponents.
So, Butt Smash Splatoon?
Panels can yield items. They can boost your movement speed and panel flipping power. Play with friends in 4-player local multiplayer.
Sounds like a casual game.
Face down opponents the world over. Look out for this title exclusively on Nintendo eShop for Nintendo Switch this summer. Fate Extella is headed to Nintendo Switch with an all-star cast of characters from the series.
From what series?
Lead a mythical servant in a fight for dominance
Oh.
against hordes of enemies in this
It's
intense
one of these kind of games. I have not played Hyrule Warriors, I have not played Dynasty Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors doesn't interest me much.
Fate Extella will launch on July 25th.
This sort of game is getting kind of popular thanks to Hyrule Warriors. Disgaea 5.
Dangerous. Over the top. Disgaea 5 complete is many things, with many...
Okay, how new is Disgaea 5, by the way? I imagine this is a port, but when did Disgaea 5 originally release? Because it's cool that this is getting a Disgaea game, but the longer it's been since Disgaea 5's original release, the less cool it is. Like Skyrim.
You'll follow the Princess Overlord of the gorgeous netherworld, Seraphina, and of course, the demonic wanderer, Killian, on his quest for revenge. A demo of the game will haunt Nintendo eShop soon, and you can explore the netherworld to your heart's content when the standard and limited edition launches on Nintendo Switch May 23rd.
This guy is an interesting series, though. It's a tactical RPG in which you cause damage in the millions. Like, after a point, instead of showing the entire number when you cause damage, they just show it in Ks. Like, 100k instead of 100,000. I haven't played any of them, but they sound interesting.
We're about 2 weeks out from the release of the 4-player puzzle mashup game, Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Okay, kinda glad this is coming here.
Tetris, you may be new to Puyo Puyo, a puzzle series that's downright famous in Japan, but hasn't been seen much in the West. Similar to Tetris, pairs of Puyo fall from the top of your board and collect at the bottom. You'll move and rotate the Puyos, but unlike Tetris, your goal isn't to create a line, but to gather a clump of the same colored Puyos and clear them from your board. The difference may seem small, but the strategies are very different, especially when you start setting up chains to drop garbage Puyo and sabotage your opponent's board. Are you up for the challenge? Well, a demo is launching on Nintendo eShop shortly after this presentation ends.
Cool.
The demo will give
Don't
you
have a
both
don't have a
solo
Switch.
arcade and multiplayer arcade modes. Unsure how to play? Well, don't worry. Lessons mode is included as well. Give it a try.
This sort of game interests me. I like when Tetris gets mixed up with other games, like Tetris and Dr. Mario. And my favorite part about the mix-up is when you can play both games at the same time. Like, on one side you'd have Tetris and the other player would be playing Puyo Puyo. Or there's also a mode where you keep switching back and forth between games during the same match. I really like that. That really appeals to me. I don't know if I'll get this game, but the demo would definitely be tempting. Again, if I had a Switch already. I'm hoping to win a Switch in a contest, but otherwise I probably won't get one until sometime this summer.
One of the most famous board games ever is coming to Nintendo Switch.
Monopoly?
Now up to 6 players can enjoy Monopoly in a whole new way.
I suck at
Bring the
Monopoly.
board game to life anywhere at any time. With HD Rumble, it even feels like the dice are rolling
What?
in your hand.
Oh.
There are exclusive tokens to earn,
Okay.
new boards to discover, and new rules to change your strategy.
Monopoly has no right to look this good.
Be ready for more additional content, new twists and interactions as you take over the whole board when the game launches this fall.
Like, I remember Monopoly on the... Oh, what was it? I don't think if it was even the Sega Genesis. I want to say it was the Sega Master System. Might have been Genesis, but still. Monopoly video games back in the day were pretty simple looking. You know what? There is a Monopoly game on RPG Maker 2? I wonder if I should let's play that.
Rayman Legends Definitive Edition is the ultimate version of the award-winning game. Pick your favorite character.
Definitive
and
Edition.
once again into
Woo.
the mythical glade of dreams. The gang must run, jump, and smack their way through different worlds to save the day and discover the secrets of each legendary painting.
The frame rate sucks.
Exclusive to the Nintendo Switch, the
What?
Culdcept experience now offers a solo mode and a tournament mode for pitting up to 8 teams.
Okay, solo mode now features a solo mode. You couldn't play solo before? Was it multiplayer only? Or do you mean that you had... You could play solo, but you had different people to switch between?
Against each other. You can also connect 2 consoles for playing in local co-op. Get ready for a lot of laughs when the game launches later this year.
I heard the Rayman Legend is a good game,
For
though.
something different, then THQ Nordic has your back. The dieselpunk shoot-'em-up game Sine Mora EX was co-developed by Grasshopper Manufacturer and Digital Reality. Find out
Shmup?
what choices you'd make if you knew exactly
That's cool.
how much life you had left to live when this stirring tale of honor and morality launches on Nintendo Switch this summer, complete with a local co-op in Versus mode.
Versus?
Battle Chase.
Now hold on, before we move on. I've played a few shmups here and there. Gradius 3 and Gradius on Game Boy. That was an interesting game. Not great, but still kinda neat. My favorite shmups are the ones that make you feel overpowered. Like, give me an item that just shoots lasers across half the screen, and I'll be happy.
Nightwar is an RPG inspired by console classics and based on the fan-favorite Battle Chasers comic book series.
Never heard of it.
You can dive deep into its dungeons.
Oh, turn-based.
And even deeper into its turn-based combat.
I'm down for
The game
turn-based.
releases First on Nintendo Switch in late summer. Getting paid to be...
So, THQ Nordic. That's the company? Is it related to THQ from back in the day? I thought that was that company was dead. Oh, rob banks with your friends. So, I gotta find out what this is.
Be the bad guys is as
Oh, we're getting close to Splatoon 2.
sweet of a gig as ever.
No, wait. Wii U? What? Okay, we'll get there when we get there.
Payday 2 for Nintendo Switch.
Okay, let's do this.
You and 3 other players can band together for intense co-op action.
Oh.
Rise to the top of the criminal underworld for bigger jobs and better paydays. Use the cash you stash to customize your character with new skills that change the way you play.
First-person shooter. Are they trying to be the Joker?
Payday 2 content will be released on Nintendo Switch, so it'll be high time to open this vault later this year.
Dark Knight.
Some of the most popular NAMCO games of all time are headed to Nintendo Switch. With NAMCO Museum,
Cool.
you can play classics like Pac-Man, Galaga, or Splatterhouse anytime, anywhere.
Okay, this comes back to the whole virtual console is missing thing. I'm glad that we're getting these classic games, even despite there being no virtual console. Now, if only Capcom would release the Disney Afternoon on Switch.
And multiplayer favorites like Rolling Thunder, Sky Kid, and Tank Force are perfect for local co-op with family and friends. You can
I
use
miss
the
collection
Game Boy
games like
Advance
this.
display, or even switch to a vertical layout for that classic arcade feel. Stop and resume your gameplay at any time with ease, while testing your skills in fun challenge modes designed for each game.
It just occurred to me that get this and you'd be playing Pac-Man on the go without having to get it on your phone or something. I don't know. I was trying to come up with a joke where... Whatever. Joke failed. Moving on.
The classic fun begins when NAMCO Museum comes to Nintendo eShop on Nintendo Switch this summer. we're happy to confirm that limited quantities of the standalone Nintendo Switch dock will be available for purchase May 19th.
For 90
You
bucks.
can hook up an extra dock to a separate TV, so you can switch from one to the other without unplugging your main setup.
For 90 bucks.
It's available at participating retailers or head to store.nintendo.com.
For 90 bucks.
Grab 3 of your best Inkling teammates and fire up your Wii U console, because Battle 5 is hosting the Splatoon US Inkling Open, the online event you've been waiting for. If you're 18 years or older and based in the US, you can register your team at battle5.com/Splatoon, where you'll also find details, rules...
Oh gosh, look at all that text.
If you splat with the best of them, you may even win a trip to E3 2017.
That would be cool. But I'm not good enough at Splatoon.
Well, let's dive into our last game of the day.
Alright.
Splatoon 2. I hope you like it.
Hopefully it's different enough. Ooh, story? Let's hear the story. Using a resource known as power eggs. So we're done with the fish. We are creating a better future for tomorrow. Come join our ranks. I like how this is like an old VHS tape. Now hiring all skill levels, including people who suck like me? Together we can... Okay. Teamwork! In a game in which you cannot communicate with your teammates. I heard that there is some voice chat going to be included. I don't know the details on it, but to my understanding, voice chat is only with your friends. So if you're playing with strangers, teamwork is in big old quotes. I also heard that it would only be in the lobby, which is completely useless. Also really hoping that it's not restricted to just a phone app, because I don't want to have my phone sitting on my lap while I'm playing Splatoon. Rewarding experience, harder work, you're greater. Yeah, that's how it usually works. That's all we're getting, isn't it?
Are your regulatory systems functioning? On behalf of the Squid Research Lab, I certainly hope so.
Oh,
Because the findings
it's
we're
the
about
return
to
of the
present
research lab
may
from
be
the
startling.
presentation.
Oh, that's right. You may be wondering about the Squid Research Lab. Well,
I missed a
we
joke.
research
I'm
squids
sorry,
in
I missed a
lab. Are
joke.
your regulatory systems functioning? On behalf of the Squid Research Lab, I certainly hope so. Because the findings we're about to present may be startling. Oh, that's right.
That wasn't
You may
funny.
be wondering about the Squid Research Lab. Well, we research squids in a lab, and other things too, like that strange video. Perhaps what you saw seemed a bit unusual, but research indicates that freelance power egg collection is becoming quite popular among Inklings in a new mode called Salmon Run. Luckily, one of our fearless researchers went on location and captured this curious activity live on camera. Now, we share our findings with the world. For the first time on film, we can see this remote location, separated from Inkopolis, on the other side of the ocean. This man-made island is a hotspot for freelance power egg collectors. Amazing. Inklings super jumping to the island. We concluded that 4 Inklings make a team, just like in Turf War. What are they wearing? The implications. It looks like some kind of special gear provided just for this task.
Cool.
And it appears they're given weaponry too.
What is the point of inking
It's
it?
a power egg collector's job to defeat creatures of the salmonid genus who habitually attack for some unknown reason. And it's not just one wave. Which is a plus when you're collecting power eggs.
This looks kind of fun.
As you can see, they can be acquired from debilitated salmonid. It may
Okay, Nintendo, stop taking these games that I start a video with saying that I'm not that interested in them and make me interested in them.
sound easy, but in... What's this? some sort of salmonid. To tell the truth, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. Just wait till I tell my boss. Oh, that's it. It's a special kind of boss salmonid that Inklings are paid a bounty to hunt. I'm afraid our brave squid friends are no match for this beast. At least, not with their current strategy. Oh, one of the Inklings is down. And another. Yet somehow the Inkling...
Why do they have lifesavers if they dissolve in water? That kind of makes them useless.
Incapacitated Inkling has deployed a lifesaver to call for help. Oh, I see. When a fellow freelancer gets inked by an ally, that Inkling can be resuscitated. Freelancing does have its benefits.
Okay, that's the point.
Is key because Inklings that work together win together. Unless they don't.
No, I already ranted about it.
What an honor it is to witness this incredible struggle. How odd. These eggs have a rare appearance, even among power eggs. Could they be golden eggs? And now it looks like the Inklings are transporting these golden eggs to a containment unit in the center of the site. Aha! Could it be that this is the freelancer's ultimate objective? To harvest these golden eggs and haul them to Inkopolis.
So it's a co-op mode rather than a versus mode.
The Inklings have collected their golden egg prize and fulfilled their corporate agenda. What we witnessed here is the harsh reality of one suspicious part-time job.
Okay, I'm kind of glad that Splatoon 2 is turning out to be not just a rehash of Splatoon 1. Sure, it still has turf wars, but this is very new, and I'm glad to see very new.
Why would such a dismal occupation be so popular among Inklings?
Because we need something new.
Well, it might be due to the rewards. I've heard they're quite, fresh. Is it? More research may be required.
They're still going with the fresh theme.
What a day for science. If we compile any new information, you will be the first to know. We're planning to release a research report on the ongoing battle with Octarians, so stay tuned and stay fresh.
Who is that? Is that like the evil version of Calamari? Oh, Calamari! How did I not notice that before?
That reminds me, we have one last report for you. It's a scientific fact that new Splatoon 2 series amiibo will be released. There are 3 new figures. Inkling Girl, Inkling Boy, and Inkling Squid. When you tap these amiibo, the figure character will appear in-game and befriend you. Befriend an amiibo character, and they'll remember your favorite outfits, weapons, gear, and option settings.
Oh.
Tap your amiibo on the customization menu screen, and you can swap your outfit with the amiibo figure's outfit. I'd imagine it comes in handy when waging turf wars at a friend's house.
Okay. So, I'm immediately reminded of memory cards, and especially memory packs on Nintendo 64, because a lot of times you would store your characters on memory packs to bring them to a friend's house. Like in Wave Race 64, you could save your character's custom stats on a memory pack, and then load them on another person's game. Wasn't entirely useful considering that information's actually stored on the game and you could just bring the game with you. Although then again, it was useful for when the person you're bringing your game to has different stuff unlocked. But anyway, that's what it reminds me of. Alright, finally, an actual use to amiibo. Although you could... yeah. An actual use to amiibo. Cool.
To conduct your own research, try snapping a photo with your amiibo friend. That way you can both wear your favorite outfits. Then you can share your photos with human friends on social media via the Nintendo Switch album.
Sometimes
your amiibo friend may give you special gear as a gift.
That's cool. Is that Master Chief?
The game is compatible with previously released Splatoon amiibo figures as well. Well, fellow researchers, today's presentation is over. We look forward to sharing more research in the future. Thanks for... Oh, forgive my apparent short-term memory loss. I have one last fact.
I was about to say...
Splatoon 2 launches July 21st. And the new amiibo release that same day. That's all for today's report. Squid Research Lab, signing off.
I hope you enjoyed this new Nintendo Direct.
Okay, so let me think here. July 21st. When was ARMS releasing? I already forgot. It sounds like they released pretty close to each other, though.
Thanks for watching.
Oh, we're done. Alright, cool. So, I guess it really was worth doing this reaction video. I had plenty to react to. I think it was a good idea pausing the video to comment on things, because I probably would have done a lot of talking over important information. I wound up doing a little bit of that in the Nintendo Switch presentation a few months back. Completely missed the part about battery life. So, a lot of 3DS stuff, which I can't take advantage of. Again, really glad that Nintendo is moving towards just having one platform. Usually it's not a good idea to put all your eggs in one basket, unless I want to be able to play all those eggs, but I can only have one basket, which is the case with Wii U and 3DS. How sad. So, overall, an interesting presentation. ARMS and Splatoon 2 definitely sound more interesting now than they did before. Still not sure I'm going to get them. I am going to need to get some sort of first-party game on Nintendo Switch, because I can't just go with these multi-platform games, even if Switch is the only way that I can play Snake Pass. I'll probably get Mario Kart 8. Might get Zelda eventually. Mario Odyssey will be the big first-party title that I'm waiting for, though. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reaction video. I think overall it was worth recording, so...